afternoon guys. Today you join me from a pretty warm and untidy garage. Yeah, I should really sort all this mess out, but there's always something more important to be doing. So I had a few requests on my last video from Cadwell Park asking to show a more in-depth look around the modifications on the car. So as you can see, I haven't really sorted the car out since coming back from Cadwell Park. I haven't really had time, to be fair. So yeah, I've got a bit of shit in the way, but I'll show you quickly in the back. Ooh, that's my new Metro Power hoodie, by the way. Sick. So there's not really that much to see in the back. I've got a Odyssey race battery just there. Obviously this is the harness bar. Let's move this shit. This is the harness bar here, welded into a safety device's rear cage and crossbar. It's the back of the Sparko buckets. That's where I mount my GoPro. Not the best angle actually, I need to find somewhere else for that. Obviously, as you can see, the headline is completely stripped out. It was old and tatty anyway. It's my nice shiny boot brace that I fitted and painted in my last video with help from next door neighbour's cat. So wheels and tyres, these are actually Metro GTI MPI alloys. So the reason why we go for the GTI MPI alloys is because they allow us to fit the GTI brake calipers, which are exactly the same as MGF calipers, and brake discs, which are vented. Look at the brake dust on these. Ugh. The tyres I'm using here are Yokohama A048s, which were brand new before I went to Cadwell Park, but as you can see I've took a bit of a hammering. Decent tyres, to be fair. So the car itself started life as a Rover 114 GTA, which would have come with a 1.4 8-valve engine, but as you know has since been replaced with the 160 VVC engine, which is a 1.8k series. That's from a 2004 MG ZR. The engine itself was a 59,000 mile engine, which was bought and rebuilt using a new head gasket, timing belts, stuff like that. The only real upgrade is the Piper exhaust camshaft, which I think adds around 5 horsepower, something like that. So with the engine conversion itself, I've used all standard engine mounts. This one here, the gearbox mount there, and there's also one which you can't see down the back, which is the rear gearbox mount. All those are standard Metro mounts, because all K-series engines from a 1.4 upwards use the same blocks, use the same bottom ends. They all mount exactly the same. So by using the standard Metro mounts allows you to mount a 1.8 engine to the car. So given that all K-series engines mount in the same way, makes this conversion really easy into a Metro. So from there we've got a MG ZR 160 manifold and downpipe, which as you can see has been heat wrapped. That connects into a 2.5 inch custom made exhaust system. This ECU was also taken from the MG ZR, which I had the engine from. That's actually been remapped by K-Maps, which was Z&F tuning. I'd highly recommend that. That was a brilliant upgrade. So the gearbox that I use on the side of this engine, which you can't really see, it's down there somewhere, is actually a standard Metro gearbox, but it's fitted with a Quaife ATB LSD. The advantage of using the standard Metro gearbox is, of course, you can use standard shafts from a Metro. All the linkage you can just use straight from a Metro, nice and simple. So even though the gearbox is a standard Metro gearbox, it's got a 3.5 final drive fitted, which allows it to redline in 5th gear somewhere around 145 miles per hour. Not that you want to go that fast in a Metro, of course. Now you can use the standard radiators with these conversions, but this is an aluminium MGF radiator. My fan actually came loose at Cadwell Park, so that's missing at the moment, but I've got another one on the front. eBay special. The inlet, which you can see here again, is all from the MGZR into some silicone pipe and into an ITG cold feed air filter. That pipe runs down into the bumper, as you can see there. So unlike other engine swaps that you may have looked into on the internet, these can be done with, I'd say, 80% OEM Rover parts. So unlike Honda K swaps and stuff like that, where you have to go to certain people like K tuned for this and that, this is mostly Rover parts, which makes it cheap. Even down to the cooling system and the pipe work. A trip to the scrapyard will get you sorted out. This here is a alley block for the temperature sensor sender. You can't really see there. That's for the sensors inside the car. Now this car actually runs an MGTF rear subframe in the front, which allows me to run coilovers, which I'll show you now. So originally my plan was to get the car up on a ramp this weekend and show you underneath the stuff like the exhaust and the anti-roll bars, but unfortunately we can't do that, so I will talk you through it anyway. I know you can't see, but it's got anti-roll bars, GTI anti-roll bars front and back, which are polybushed. The front arms, the front lower arms are polybushed as well. So as you can see, there's the coilover, which are made by Avo. Pads don't look like they've got much life left in them after Cadwell Park. So these coilovers have got about 20 points of adjustment for the damping, something like that anyway. Down here you can see the front GTI anti-roll bar, which I bought stainless brackets for. Also polybushed, as you can see there. The bottom arms are from an MGTF, I believe. MGTF bottom ball joints there as well. The MGTF bottom ball joints actually offset the caster slightly, which are meant to make the car more stable at high speed. You see there as well the drop links for the anti-roll bar, they're polybushed too. You can see the bottom arms, these were actually brand new when I fitted them, believe it or not. Again, polybushed. One of my pals, Will Webb, actually polybushed these for me. I'll put a link to his Instagram at the bottom of the screen now. He posts some pretty cool pictures of his Metro and other cars as well. Go check that out. That's my oil temperature sender there, straight into the sump. You just see there the downpipe coming down from the 4 branch into 2. Back into the rest of the exhaust system. Looks like I've had some rubbing issues here. Oh dear. Wore a bit of the bumper away there. Oh well. Because track car. So looking inside the car, we've got the Sparco bucket seats and TRS harnesses. Those are the standard clocks for this car. And that's the actual mileage, which is pretty low. This is the standard shifter from the Metro. There's a pattern emerging here. A lot of the parts are standard parts. So this is a Momo Model 69 steering wheel. There's the standard wheel. Feels like you're driving a bus. As you can see, the interior is mostly stripped out. I've left the carpets in just for a bit of comfort, to be honest. If you want to follow me on Instagram, there you go. So as you can see, there's really not much to this car. It's a tin can really, which makes the power to weight ratio really good. So I've got stack dials here instead of a radio. Got oil temperature and water temperature. The water temperature is especially important to keep an eye on in the K series, as you might know. Ooh, fancy! Any of you that have owned a Metro before know how shit these dash mats are, and at any kind of acceleration will cause it to fly off like that. So I think that's it for this video. We're off to the Nürburgring on Monday, so my next video will probably be from there. I know bridgetogantry.com are actually hosting a track day at the Nürburgring next week. I think it's Tuesday the 11th of April. And Dan Sylvester with the Teg's going to be there, and I think Josh Lawton with the Purple EK is going to be there too. So I'm hoping to go and catch up with those lads and also get some footage of them going around the track. So maybe you'll see that in my next video. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you later.